Hello, Russell. How are you?
I'm not too bad, Simon. Thanks.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You look contemplative, and you look
I
slightly...
am contemplative. I've got a halo over my head because you've made me come here to confess something.
Well, that's true. First, how's the show going?
Oh, the show's really good. I mean, it's Strictly Edinburgh, so it's all about Strictly Come Dancing, a lot of secrets about Strictly, breakfast television, but most importantly, it's the story of my life told through disco.
Wow.
So in 55 minutes, there's 8 disco numbers, and if you don't dance, you get chucked out.
Brilliant. That sounds a fun. So don't go and be grumpy, basically.
No, you got to come and have joy and spread the joy, and it's fantastic. So you get everything from Kylie to Gloria Gaynor to Bobby Darin to... Well, it's everything you've ever wanted in life.
Wear sequins, that's the thing.
Lots of sequins, but no sex.
Right, okay, good. Fine. So maybe you're leading us into your story. What is... you're here, it's our confessions. It's our drive time live confessions then, Russell. What is it that you'd like to confess to tonight?
Well, Father Simon and the Holy Collective, I have a confession. Not so long ago, a very hot, sweltering day in London town on the Underground, pushing 37 degrees. I got on at Liverpool Street Station onto the Underground, and everybody was being sweaty and rubbing against each other on the tube. And this confession is not what you think it is, by the way. For many, many years, 40 years, if not more, I've had a thing called tinnitus, which means in my ears you hear constant ringing and noises, and it's something you can't stop, and you have to live with it. And so, on this hot, sweltering day in the carriage, I'm thinking to myself, my tinnitus is really bad today. And it was like a... And I thought, my tinnitus has now got rhythm. And I suddenly realised, as I looked across the carriage, there was somebody there who was not just playing rap, the worst kind of... I can't even use the word music for it, but he was impaling every person in that carriage with his music choice. And it was awful. It was so awful. We're already hot and bothered, and we have this... And I'm thinking, I can't stand it. I really can't stand it. Shall I go and tell him to buy some more expensive earphones or headphones? Anything. But there's nothing worse than being in a carriage or a bus and somebody thinks that what they like, you're going to like as well. Anyway, somebody got off just past Liverpool Street as we're coming into Tottenham Court Road. And it was the seat next to this person. I thought, I'm going to go and sit there. So I went and sat there, and this guy is in another world of his...
Nice.
And I thought to myself, I've got to stop this. Oxford Circus was my stop. So he was in another world, and he had his iPhone, or whatever it was, with the little plug that goes in from the iPhone up to his ears. I took a deep breath, and for the whole of humanity, I pulled his plug out. And I ran towards opening carriages at Oxford Circus to see this guy looking everywhere for why had this awful racket stopped. He got up, looked at his seat, looked round. The one thing he didn't do was to see that he was unplugged from the instrument to his ears. And all I could do was just turn round and say to him, next time, play Dusty in Memphis.
Very good, very, very good.
So,
yeah. Very good, Russell.
So, Father Simon
yes,
and the Holy Collective, my confession is this. I confess that I wished I pulled the plug on him earlier at bank.
All right. Should have been Dusty in Memphis. Inconsiderate people on the tube. Let's see what our collective make of that. Sean Keaveney's going first.
Well, You know, if everybody was annoyed by a man's annoying noise and music choices, nobody would listen to my breakfast show on 6 News. That's what concerns me about this. But it's obvious from the reaction from the crowd, which was visceral, that you did something, as you say, for the good of humanity. It's absolutely fine to listen to whatever music you like, but inflicting it upon others, like I do every morning between 7 and 10, is unforgivable. And I've got a deep self-hate for that myself. And so, but I do forgive you. If the issue is you're upset that you didn't do it earlier, I forgive you, because obviously you had a lot of courage to pluck up, and you threw yourself on the grenade for everybody there. And at least you did it eventually. In my view, you are absolved.
Sister Rebecca, what do you say?
Yeah. We've definitely all been there, and I just can't stand the tinny noise that you hear. And for someone who suffers tinnitus, it must be even worse. Is that right? I think you feel ashamed that you didn't do it earlier, but there wasn't a seat available earlier, so you would have had to kind of push past people and made a big play of pulling the plug out. And I think for your, the line, for the whole of humanity, I pulled his plug out. For that alone, you're forgiven 10 times.
Thank you.
We're all obviously going to forgive here, because we've all been in that, either a tube carriage or on a bus, and someone's playing that music. My mate has got a very good way of dealing with this, which is go up to them, sit next to them and go, "Oh, I love this one," and start singing along with them and see how quickly they get up and go. We're definitely going to forgive you, because we'd all love to do the same.
Russell, I think you can consider yourself forgiven. I said you can consider yourself forgiven.
Lovely, thank you. Do I go on my knees now?
No, absolutely. It's all done.
What?
Russell Grant, everybody. Thank you, Russell.